started, so we have to continue on again here. So you see we have a counter mount type prototype of the ice tray on the side of it. Together. We've got drawings on all of the cabinets in here that we've had made. So why reinvent the wheel? You're welcome to use what we've already pioneered here. More counter space area. How we have a two-tier arrangement that we have a higher level, lower level, and then the sneeze guard will start right about here. And this will be a serving point, and then we'll have another serving point over on the other side over here as well. Be another serving point. Popcorn. Make sure you get one big enough. The exact specs in the unit we have here, we can share with you. Pretzels. Nachos. Cotton candy. Now we do our cotton candy and bag it. Works much better than a stick. And we usually make that beforehand, and then we just hang the cotton candy out. Here we have a cappuccino machine. A lot of these different machines can be given to you free. For example, the cappuccino, the nacho machine, the coffee maker. See on the floor what we've done is we've just epoxy coated it. The way the food codes work to get a food license, the floor's got to be easily cleaned with a floor drain here. Just a simple gray deck paint. More counters. Let me show you what's underneath the cotton candy machine for a counter. See how that's done. Lots of food storage capabilities. This side, we've got a hand sink. Now this isn't the 3-bay sink, we've got that in the back room, which we'll show you. This stainless steel counter made on top of the cabinet for a cabinet maker made. On top, got a hot dog warmer. Microwave. Then underneath here we have our bun warmer. Important aspect is just to coordinate all the utilities that all these little devices need in the layout of your floor plan to begin with. And then we'll go back into the back room, and we've got a door that we can hide in a lot of the ugly aspects of the concession operations. We'll go back there and take a look and see what we got. Okay. Here we are in the back room. See, this is for our exhaust hood. Even though it's high voltage, we ran a low voltage starter button out to the front area. Goes over to the switch that I showed earlier, and then that goes up to the put up on the roof. We've got an assortment of stainless steel work tables. All have to be designed for food processing, no sharp edges. We would encourage you to look at buying used restaurant equipment, stainless steel like this. Doesn't go bad. You can get a piece of equipment that's 10 years old, maybe buy it for 25 cents on the dollar and save a ton of money for yourself. Here's a 3-bay sink, mandatory for code. ice making, cube making machine. Got a, pretty sure it's about a 28 cubic foot freezer. I'm not sure of the exact spec, but we have that in writing in our layout and inventory. Some idea of what we've got in here. Then over on the other side, we've got our refrigerator. These are shown as stainless steel. You can also get these painted as opposed to stainless steel if you're buying them new. Or again, you can get these used as well. But if you get them new, you can also get them in a baked enamel finish as opposed to a stainless steel. And they're a little bit more economical. I think they're about another $200 less money than what these would have been in stainless steel. We learned that after we ordered them though. More stainless steel work area. A big aspect if you're going to have a complete concession stand. And a concession makes an awful lot of money. You're looking at a cost of about 20 to 23% on every dollar that's sold, and a good concession stand can easily do $200,000 a year. Some smaller communities, if they only have a limited concession area, may only do $50,000 a year, but nevertheless, it's a big revenue source. Underneath here, see if I can show this. This is where we have what we call our bag in the box that services the front concession area. You can see the hole right through here. Now that runs out to the concession through the counter. And then back here, now I'm going to have to stop a second. Here in this little area underneath the stairways, we try to utilize this space to put our bag in the box system. This is where the soda literally comes in a little box as far as the syrup. And they have a little racking system here. And that supplies all the soda on the other side. These empty out, they just throw the box away and hook up a new one. Works out real nice. Go back to that from here. First aid. Another thing we have is a walk-in freezer and lots of dry storage. These are items that are usually overlooked. And we find there's a lot of rinks that open, and then a short while later they end up adding one of these refrigerated storage boxes at an inconvenient place in the arena that makes it a lot more difficult over its time frame, where it's pretty close and convenient to the rink area. Cleaning supplies, paper supplies, food supplies, everything's located here. Walk-in freezer. What that's all about. Here we can store any of the foods that require for a period of time. Pretzels, pizza, hamburger patties, cheese sticks, chicken patties, you name it. It's all here. Now these storage racks have to be plastic, stainless steel. They can't be unpainted wood. They can be painted wood, but not unpainted wood. Here's some idea of what's in the concession area. I'll go back over to the locker room. Down the floor, we're going to head out towards the locker room. After this works. Everything in this area is controlled by motion sensors. Lights in the hallway, locker rooms. Probably see the light jump on when we go in here. Oh, lights already on. Hi there.
Hi.
You have the benches installed. These are recycled plastic. And we have shelving up on top. The bracket that we use for the benches is the exact same bracket we use for the shelving up on top. One key feature of why we made a bracket like this is there's no interference with our mop when we need to clean the floor. The material, the recycled plastic, is just like the benches we use in the main court area. They won't splinter, they don't need painted, and they're not won't damage the skates if the fellows stand on it. We're in the ref room just a second ago. Let's go into one of the more main locker rooms. See if we go in here yet. You can see how the lights are off. And motion sensor. Hey, there we go. Motion sensor brings everything on. See how we themed everything with the different colors. There we have the green room, garbage can, benches, all the way around. Put a green band up on top, the heavy duty pin rack. I'm going to show you what that's all about. See what that looks like. We were torn trying to find a good rack pin, something that was at the same time economical. So what we ended up doing is the best we could find in the general marketplace was something that by no stretch of imagination was as strong as this half-inch bar. And they were probably about $12, $13 a piece. So what we ended up doing, and I got one loose here, is we took a standard anchor bolt that they use for concrete embedment, where they'll put this right in the concrete so the studs stick up. The unit costs us probably about 60 cents for the steel. And then we took it to a local place in Johnstown that dips steel like this. I think it's the Institute for the Blind they do this, and they cost us an extra $1. So essentially we've got a heavy-duty pin like this for about $1.60. And we put an anchor into the wall and a washer and tighten that thing down, and you could have a moose lean on this thing and it's not going to go anywhere. So if you need something like this, please contact us. We'll tell you how to get these. Come on into the main center area. Take a look at the bathroom. Here we still have to paint the curb. We threw some deck material down as an anti-slip, antibacterial type tile. In the showers, it makes it look attractive and it's easy to take care of. And we'll see how we've drilled out the rubber flooring for the drain that was underneath the rubber flooring. And some of the fixtures that you see early parts of the video continue on through into the blue room here. Blue room. Don't have the anchor bolts in yet. Above, where we go, our air intake. And on the other side, our exhaust. Of course, the motion sensor is controlled a whole lot. Go back out in the hallway. There's the stick racks that we're putting together out there. In between each locker room area, that little push-out was, we created a stick rack. Take a look at it. Want focus? There we go. What we did is we've taken polyethylene, attach it to the wall all the way around. Of course, white to continue with our theme of color scheme. Blue poly on the bottom. And on the very bottom, we have a tilted piece of 3/4 inch red polyethylene with a curve made out of 3/4 inch polyethylene. You can see we put some wheat holes there for drainage. This stick has some snow on it. Water gets spilled back there, anything of that nature. We can go ahead and clean them out. Also, we just take a hose and hose them down as they get dirty, and we'll have a place for the water to come out. So we've got several of these. Here's one, and there's two more. You see one between that locker room and one down there too. It's the ref room. See, they recess right into that space. back in the mechanical room that's been painted up a little bit. Walls and the ceiling. We still haven't labeled the chiller, which we'll be doing, nor have we put the final painting coats onto the piping system, which will color coordinate it for training purposes. Turbo chiller. We've been running for a couple months now, total, since we actually started just for hockey. And one aspect that's pretty impressive as we go into the amount of capacity, and this is where the importance of the refrigeration system and staging plays a role. But see if we can look into this. This shows running hours as far as how often we run on different stages of capacity. See if we can zoom in there. Come on, focus. There we go. You can see for pump 1, which represents we've been running a 150 horsepower compressor, 1,905 hours. When it came to the need for the second compressor at 50% of total capacity, it's only 505 hours. So most of the time we ran on one compressor, some of the time we ran on 2 compressors, and we've never run on 3 or 4 compressors other than when we actually made the ice sheet. That's a pretty good indication of why the 4-pump arrangement, 4-compressor arrangement is so very, very important. If we only had 2 compressors in this application, we would have been running very inefficiently at pump 1 hours, if you know what I mean. Basically, we would have one big compressor running partially loaded, and we would have really lost an awful lot of efficiency. Flow meter. So we have 2 compressors running right now. We've had a heavy public session, and it's a very hot day outside. And we've got brine pump number 2 running. Look at the boiler room as well. So we come out here and take a quick look outside before we went into the boiler room. Get some idea of what's out here and what's running. Here we've got our evaporative condenser. And here the motor is making a little bit of a funny squeal, and the reason for that is it's running on a variable speed drive. Running at a very slow RPM. You can see the shaft there even rotating. Let's go over here. You can see how slow it's moving. And that has to do with energy efficiency again. That when we're only running a partial amount of refrigeration, we don't have to be running the full horsepower of the blower. Receiver skid. Outside here we see our dehumidification system running. Ductwork been installed, and this all has to be insulated when it's outdoors. Once it's indoors, it doesn't have to be insulated, but during the summertime, if it's not insulated, the cold air will make the duct condensate on the outside, and it'll drip water everywhere, so it has to be insulated on the outside. Here at the evaporative condenser again, you can see how we secure the unit down. It's been tack welded to the angle and bolted to the slab. Disconnect switches. Back in the mechanical room. Put windows in our garage door so people can see into the chiller room without having to be in there. Automatic garage door electric with also a garage door opener, so the Zamboni operator can control the garage door, just like a regular garage door at home. Here we're going to go into the boiler room real quickly. Here we are in the boiler room. We've got 2 separate boilers. This boiler is making hot water for showers, drinking water, and also the ice resurfacing machine. This boiler accommodates the heating in the facility. We have a radiant floor heating system and then also heating in the locker rooms. See that? We have 2 storage tanks that work with the boiler for the domestic water and ice resurfacing water requirements. And the reason for that is when we need water for an ice resurfacing machine, we also need it for the shower. So we need large quantities of water all at the same time. And by having the storage tank and the boiler arrangement, it works out very effectively and has a small footprint in the overall building. You can see we had a very tight room here. One of the things we did too is we mounted a transformer, our step-down transformer for a 110 up in the air, up over the door actually, to make sure everything would fit in here. Alarm system. Fire light. Okay. Get back out, I will show another feature that's important. Just step outside again real quickly, only to show what's needed if you're going to run an LP operated machine. If you're going to run an LP operated machine per code, you need a ventilated storage locker that's located outside. And this locker is donated free to people who you buy your gas and get your gas bottles off of. We'll give you the locker at no cost. And it needs to sit on the concrete slab outside. So I just want to make sure you knew that. If you're using natural gas, you'll have what they call a fuel maker system that'll be located outside. If you're using electric, then you'll need a 30 amp 460 volt connection in the ice resurfacing room for charging the machine up. Here we just came into the bathrooms. So we'll just show what the bathrooms look like. Counter-mounted sinks. Mirrors. Mirrors always get in the video. Urinals. ADA bathroom required. And toilet. And more toilet. Very industrial. Heater, motion sensor. We're right after the public session. We're giving the place a quick cleanup for the next session.